Hey, everybody. I am Laura Berman Fortgang. Welcome to another Friday Focus. Every Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, wherever you're watching this. You might be on Instagram. You might be on YouTube Live. You may be in our Facebook group, the Now What Career Clarity and Direction community. And soon, hopefully, on LinkedIn. Come on, LinkedIn, let us in. All right, everybody. So the way that I choose the subjects every week for this, hi, Jill. Yes, I can see your comments, so do chime in, everybody. How I choose the subjects for each of these each week is I just have my ear to the ground, right? I'm either working with clients and there's a theme that keeps coming up, or I'm working with a group of people in the online experience or in the Facebook group. I hear stuff. And then sometimes it's about a pet peeve of mine. Hey, Liz Murphy. And this time it's about a pet peeve. So today's pet peeve is that, as I scroll on Instagram or online, there are several women in this case who had very big careers, very public and big careers. Maybe they were editors of a magazine. Maybe they were, hi Cindy, maybe they were on television. And now they have reinvented themselves and they are experts in reinvention. So the reason why this gets under my skin, not because they're competitors per se, but because it makes me wonder if those of us normal people out there are asking ourselves, oh my God, do you have to be like really wealthy to be able to reinvent your life completely? So that's what I wanted to talk about today, because the answer is no. I mean, some of these people, yes, are walking away from multi-million-dollar positions, and they have money in the bank, and they have all the time in the world to figure out, oh God, what do I want to do? And, etc. So if you're not in a luxury position, can you reinvent completely? And the answer is yes. So that's what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this for the real people. Granted, when I work one-on-one with people, I do charge a nice amount of money. So again, I'm working with people that have a certain amount of privilege and flexibility. But I want you to know that part of why I do the online community and part of why I do these is because I want everyone to have a piece of this pie. And that piece of the pie is being truer to yourself, knowing what you really want, and having satisfaction in your life. And remember my motto, career satisfaction doesn't come from the job. It doesn't come from what you do. It comes from who your job allows you to be. So I want to tell you the story of someone who just finished up our online experience, the Now What online experience. And we're going to call her Mary because it's Easter weekend. And because I told her I would protect her name, although she did give me permission to tell her story. So Mary is someone I've known for a really long time, actually. And she is now 65. At 55, she got divorced and walked away from a scenario that was not good for her. She had been, for this last decade, always been a roommate in somebody else's home. She did do some cool things like buy a Tesla and take long trips and celebrate her freedom in a lot of ways. But come this past Thanksgiving time, when she signed up for the online experience, here we are in COVID. She was looking at her possible long-term job being on the chopping block. In fact, she knew it was going to be on the chopping block. Her roommate of a long time had just told her that she's putting the house up for sale and needed her to move out. So here she is, 65 years old, worrying about how hireable she is, knowing her job's on the chopping block, now will have nowhere to live and has never lived on her own since getting divorced. And she made a really bold move. She joined the online experience and said, I'm doing this for myself. And she was scared. I mean, we had talked about it. She was really scared. She was like, how am I going to know if I can even afford to do this, money coming in? And what transpired is really what I want to put forth today. Okay, so here's someone who's not in the position to sit back and figure out what they want to do with their life. This is kind of an emergency situation, but instead of being sad and scared, she put herself first. She decided, I'm investing in me. Now, I'm not telling you this to sell you anything. I'm telling you this as a general life hack. is that just when you're the most scared is the time to upgrade, right? When most people are like, oh, I can't do anything, I hardly have any clients, or I can't do anything, like, but bad times are on top of us. This is the time to upgrade your mindset, to upgrade your investment in yourself, and to stand up for yourself instead of being like the victim of the scenario. Put yourself at the helm. So this is what Mary did. Mary made this stake in the ground move. She started working on her life. She lucked into a fantastic studio apartment for herself, nicely renovated. She actually sent me a video and I cried. It was adorable, beautiful kitchen, beautiful bathroom. She's going to have her first apartment on her own. Now, she's doing this. The pandemic actually made it affordable, right? And now the job's on the chopping block. But and the word has come down, the job's going away. But instead of going into panic, she goes into action and she starts sending out resumes. And where we left off, and I'm waiting for the rest of the news, is that not only is she up for a few jobs at the university where she was losing her job, but she may even be up for one that is better than anything she could have imagined and the most money she's ever made. Hello, friends on Instagram. I see you coming in. I'm Mark and Jen. So fun. So voila, the reinvention is, it's not going from being a nurse to being an entrepreneur, but the reinvention is happening all around her. So the rest of the story is going to happen, but it came with standing up for herself. Now, if I were to give you this as a set of tips for yourself, so is reinvention for the rich and famous only? No, you can't afford to do this. You stand up for yourself. You start championing the better part of you instead of the fearful part of you. You have to look at your own risk level, right? So I'm not going to like force you off a cliff, tell you to join the circus, quit everything. What is your risk level? But err towards believing yourself versus erring towards the fear and the lack of you're not going to make it. Don't be handcuffed. I mean, I talk to people every day who are handcuffed to that paycheck, and I get it. We have reality. We have mortgages. We have schools to pay for, etc. We have debt. But look at, don't just be handcuffed to the job. That's misery. If you're miserable, that's a sign you need to get out. Be specific, okay? So if you start saying you're looking for this or you're looking for that, and I know you may not know what it is yet, be specific. I want to do something where I can use my administrative skills. I want to do something where I can use my organizational skills. I want to do something where I can be more creative. Or like with Mary's apartment, I am looking for a place that is XYZ amount of money where I can live on my own, right? So you have to be specific. Like you can't tell your friends, I need help. That's when they don't know how to help. But when it's specific, it's like, the keywords on a computer, your mind works like a search engine. Is like, oh, wait, I know somebody. Hold on. All right. And you want to change the story. Mary's example is perfect. She could have been scared, victimized, 65, no one's going to hire me. 55, I left. 65, here I am 10 years later. I don't have this. I don't have that. Da, 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 da. She didn't do that. I saw her stand up for herself, and it is paying off. So this is what you need to do is you can change the story right from the get-go and start looking for what you can do, what you can invest in, what you can risk, what you can explore. All right. So is career reinvention only for the rich and famous and wealthy? Absolutely not. So thank you for listening today to my pet peeve informed Friday Focus. And if you want more, you want to go to Facebook or LinkedIn, where I have a group by the same name. Both groups on Facebook and LinkedIn are called the Now What Career Clarity and Direction Community. On Facebook, I can broadcast live. On LinkedIn, we're still working on it. And I thank you for being here. Now go and change that story and reinvent. Doesn't matter where you start. Just start. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining in. Love it. Let's play. But, wait, before I go, any other comments? You can put them here. I'll see them. If you're on StreamYard, I can see them, and I can see. Thank you, Liz Murphy. Such wise words. All right, everyone. Let's call it a day. Thanks, Jill, for appreciating me. And we'll see you back here next Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern for Friday Focus. Bye.